Halftime about over with. We had a little bit of clock operation issues. Looks like they have rectified that, and we'll be uh, playing ball here shortly. But as you see the game stats in front of you, halftime score is 45 for the Stars and 27 for your Lady Lions. The picture kind of sets it up all on its own. There's a 53% field goal percentage for the Stars, which is very healthy. That's really where you want your team to be, especially a team that has the bigs like they do, and that's what they need to be shooting. The one thing that does pop out to me, they've only shot the ball 2 times more than SAGU. SAGU has had the opportunities there, and they're just not shooting the percentage at 32%. You'd really like your three-point percentage to be around that area, but up closer to the 50 percentile. And
I think the thing that surprises me is the rebounds. Only one rebound difference.
Yeah.
And SAGU's offensive rebounds have been pretty healthy, actually.
And your steals and turnovers are not that far away. They're 14 forced steals by the Stars and 15 total turnovers by the Lady Lions. There's really not that much disparity between those numbers to go, oh, wow. If you just showed me the numbers and didn't show me the actual outcome, the point, what the scoreboard said, I'd say, oh, that'd be about 4 or 5 point game. And it's an 18-point deficit for the Lady Lions. So something for, quite a big obstacle for them to overcome. Not that it cannot be done or has not been done in the past, but this is truly a David and Goliath type moment, this second half at least. Number 2 team in the nation. Looks like there might still be a little bit of clock issues going on, so they're huddling the teams back with their coaches on the sidelines. As we get word, we'll let you know. But you can see there the guaranteed, this is the last night for the SAGU Sports Live guaranteed win. And that was a competition for all of us to be a part, but my colleagues, Adam Ferguson and Rob Price, joined in, and we kept score. And as you see, I humbly say that I'm in the lead. But those things could change tonight. I'm only 1 up, and Adam Ferguson could go down 2 here at the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, is beating St. Greg's as Rob and I had predicted, and looks like we may win that one. Rob tried to step out of the box and go with Mac U at Texas Wesleyan. We'll see how that turns out. Well, the Stars inbounds the ball to get this second half started. Wallace to Brown, just a little bit off the mark with Brown from three-point land. Wallace with a big turn and pivot for the easy 2 points. And they're very excited. This is a highly energetic and very excited team. They love to win. You can tell it doesn't matter that they're up 20 points. They're acting like they're down 20 points. They're playing very, very hard. And that's the way you want your team to be if you're Coach Trammell.
Well, when you look at what they just did, it kind of reflects why there's such a big difference. I mean, they're actually doing something to the ball when they go to the hoop, and they know how to deposit it.
That's right. Wallace is a big-time player. She's not only big in stature and can really dominate down low. We got a travel call on Monica Dorsey. Stars will take it out of bounds on the side, but Wallace, she's got great footwork for obviously a center of her size. She moves like a 3 guard. Foul on Taylor Hill. And that was Monte Neal, I believe, had the ball. Monte Neal slides open from a pick, gets it and shoots within a half a second. Very quick shot, and it goes in.
Looks like SAGU is beginning to self-destruct. They need to pay a little bit more attention to taking care of the ball.
Well, yeah, it's tough coming out of an elongated halftime. That halftime was unusually long, and it is not working out. The extra rest was not working out for the Lady Lions, and that's Brown from the top, from about 25, I would say. Great shot. That's her third three-pointer of the game. And I like the play of Roteska Brown. She just lets the game kind of come to her. She doesn't force things. She's a great passer and really can knock down the shot whenever she's got it. Surprised that was not a travel call. She slid with the ball, but they gave her the timeout instead, which was a good heads-up play to call the timeout. And looks like the Stars are huddled up. They're really taking this game seriously, even though they're up 24 points. If you're Coach Beatles down there, you're in the huddle, what do you tell them?
You know, I think I'd tell them to forget the score and just start taking care of the ball, playing hard, and looking at it as a 0-0 game and see what they can do with it.
Just maybe take on a Bill Belichick philosophy. Just do your job.
Just do your job, man.
Just do your job.
Just do your job.
I agree. I think he doesn't want his young ladies to get discouraged, and he's just reminding them down there that, hey, this is a basketball game. That's what you came out here to do. So let's go out there and do that. Let's play basketball. Don't come out here and get embarrassed by 52 points again. This is your home court. Put up a good fight. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, and you look at the Oklahoma City team, and I'm sure they're looking at this as a tune-up for the tournament. And you know, they're playing their best because that's what it's going to require of them. And just as I say that, the shot clock goes off.
Well, everybody's kind of looking around in shock because I think that the Stars thought the shot clock reset on the timeout, which it does not, by the way. And they only had about 16 seconds left, and they're thinking they had, 25. Great move by Alexis McAfee, slashing down the right side, on baseline side. Look at Coach Trammell out there, coaching as if she was down by 24 points. You got to love that. This is not going to be a trap game at all. You can tell they don't take any opponent lightly, whether you're at the top or the bottom of the rankings. They come out to play basketball, and that's how you win national championships. So it's not a surprise that they're in the position that they are. Number 2 in the nation and the current reigning national champions.
Right, and when they get into the playoffs, they're going to be playing in a number 8 seed. So if they start taking games like this, lightly,
that's right.
You build a habit.
You get surprised.
Yeah, so this is demonstrating the kind of quality that she is as a coach and the quality that the team is here.
It's a very good program. Oklahoma City has historically been one of the steady hands in the NAIA and have just constantly built that reputation as a college that inspires athletic excellence. They've always been there. They're always in the tournaments, no matter what sport. They always achieve to the highest level. So hats off to Oklahoma City Stars and what they have done and are continuing to do. Wallace going back to work. She could go either way, Clancy. She's shown us that she can pivot left, right, it doesn't matter. And as I had mentioned earlier, we saw her in warm-ups working on that very thing.
She's definitely a quality player. You know, you were talking about Oklahoma City and being number 2 in the nation. I used to talk to the old, our previous AD and men's basketball coach, and he really wanted to get into this conference. And sometimes I wonder why he wanted to get into this conference as good as they are.
It is
but
tough.
It's a tough conference in both the men's side as well as the women's side.
Well, I've said all year, and I really believe it from the bottom of my heart, this is one of the top 2 conferences in the nation year after year. If you look at the total body of work throughout the last 50 years, or however long they've been in existence in NAI, they have done extremely well. Ball out on the Stars. Monica Dorsey will be bringing it up over to Taylor Hill. Little high over the head.
Another Goliath shot.
Yeah, when things are not going your way, sometimes they just don't go your way all the way around, and it's hard to make up. You're always just trying to battle back from errors. You can't ever get ahead. There's Wallace again. She's going to have maybe a career night.
You know, what has to happen, though, is they have to play one play at a time, just like in football, one series at a time. And if they can do that, they can make up a little bit of deficit, but it's still going to be tough.
Oh. Didisha Diggles with a big rebound, but Alexis McAfee going after the ball, hitting her head on the stands. She gets it up like she's Wonder Woman or something. Wow. Great hustle by McAfee. Great hustle. It will be the Stars' ball, however.
The crowd looks a little passive right now.
Well, what do you expect? It's a little tough when you're starting to get into blowout territory, and sometimes you're just wishing that the time would go away. Let's get it over with, save the embarrassment. But I don't think the Lady Lions are going to go away. They're just going to keep fighting, keep playing, and this is building a little bit of momentum because they know they still have games left to play, and they can't give up now. Oh, great play by Lakin Ward to throw it, bounce it off of Vontae Neal, looked like.
You know, I don't think our girls have anything to be embarrassed of. I mean, you're playing a phenomenal team. You're doing the best you can in there, and I think they can hold their heads high at this point. They're not giving up. They're working hard. Now they've got some of the second team in there at this point, trying to get some minutes. But I think overall they need to just be proud of what they're doing.
Well, we are privileged to have 3 of our men's seniors up in our broadcast booth right now. First, we'd like to let's hook up Caleb Feemster with a microphone. Let's get him on the mic and see if we can get James Lex out here. Did we get any Twitter or Facebook questions for Caleb Feemster? But Caleb, Good to see you,
Good to
man.
see y'all. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for taking a little bit of time. I know you got a big game coming up and
Yes, sir.
trying to keep your mind right, but we appreciate you taking the time to just come holler at us
I appreciate you having me.
up
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Um, as we kind of follow the play closely, we'll insert some questions to you
That's totally
and
fine.
get your mind on the game coming up and maybe even a bittersweet moment. You're one of the 5 seniors
Yes, sir.
on this team. You've actually played here for 3 years, right?
Yes, sir. 3 years.
So 3 out of the last 4 years you've played for the Lions. And um, tell us a little bit about your experience. What was it like playing for Coach Boswick and for here at Southwestern? Give us a little insight to your experience here.
Well, first of all, just thank you for having me. But I just like to say the last 3 out of 4 years being here has been a blessing for sure. Playing for Coach Boswick and playing with some of my closest brothers, John and Tyler and Adam and Clay, the 2 other seniors, and it's just been a blessing. The fans are insane. I love playing at home. It's one of the best feelings. And just play. It's been 3 of my 4 college years here. It's been truly a blessing. And yeah, and I just want to say
So,
thank you.
so tell us a little bit about your journey. Where did you play your high school basketball?
I played high school basketball at Trinity Christian Academy in Addison. I played for my dad.
Addison, down. That's in the Dallas-Fort Worth
Yes,
area,
sir.
right?
Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's about 45 minutes from here, up 35 in the Dallas-North Tollway.
And you say you played with your dad. Was your
I
dad
played
the
for my
coach?
dad. Yes, sir. I played for my
Wow.
dad for 4 years. He's been the head coach there for about 10 years now. And before that, he was the head coach at Irving High School.
Oh,
And he
fantastic.
was there for about 20 years there.
And as you see Brown with a big steal and a layup, fundamental left-hand layup there, looks like, and I'm not sure I can trust that scoreboard up there because I know she's got more than 5 points. She's got 9 off of 3 points, I know for sure. She's probably around the 13, 15-point mark, and I don't know if Wallace has 54 points. Come on. Well, anyway, we'll get back at Taylor Hill from the corner with a 3. She gets bumped on the arm. It looks like there's going to be 3 shots involved in this one. Or not.
I think it was off the ball.
It was off the ball, so it was not on Taylor. So they're setting up out of bounds. Taylor Hill to throw the ball in. Once the referee decides to give her the ball. And this would be a good time to Taylor Hill with the ball. That 5-second count's getting short. Wallace with a steal. Little awkwardness about how that play developed. Still SAGU Lions ball. Wallace falls on top of Monica Dorsey. No foul called. Timeout. Lady Lions. And it looks like they're going to get a full timeout. So this will give us a good opportunity to get to know Caleb Feemster a little better. So you played your high school ball for your dad up
Yes,
in
sir.
Addison.
Yes, sir.
Then you make a move to the collegiate realm. Was your first stop here at SAGU?
Yes, sir. I played my freshman year here at SAGU, and then my sophomore year, I went to a junior college, and then after my sophomore year, I wanted to finish up my college career back here at SAGU.
Well, that's fantastic. Where did you go in that interim period?
I went to Ranger Junior College.
Okay.
My sophomore year,
And
West
that's
Texas, about
West
2
Texas.
hours.
Okay. Yeah, we've
About
heard of
2 hours
Ranger.
from Dallas. So I went there, and we had a successful season there.
Then you found your way back to the promised land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Lord called me home, I guess.
Well, that's awesome, and I'm glad you felt it in your heart to respond, to come back. You've been a great blessing to this campus. And there you see the Caleb Feemster, the Feemster.
I'm only 88 points away from 800, so I think I'm going for that tonight.
Are you going for that tonight?
Yeah,
Well, that's
I'm going
nice.
for the 88.
So you heard it first here on the SAGU Sports Network. Caleb Feemster is going for 88 tonight to get to 800.
Yes, sir.
Send him your well wishes on our Facebook, SAGU Sports Network Facebook portal, or Twitter. Caleb, man, you're an awesome dude. I've gotten to know you over the last few years,
Been a
and
pleasure.
man, you have meant a lot to this team and to this university. Been a class act, and we really appreciate you and all that you've done here for the athletic program and sticking in there. And you guys are going to have a very successful postseason. We know you're going to
Yes,
get us
sir.
a win tonight,
Yes, sir. I believe it.
whether you get 82 or not. Oh, charge called on Monica Dorsey. She lowered the shoulder. What do you think about that, Tyler Guidry? Is that a good call? Why don't you get over
Tyler
here on
says
that?
it's a tough call.
Tough call, tough
You
call.
know, Tyler doesn't have the best officiating. I'm the head officiate of the
That's
intramurals
right.
here, and Tyler answers to me. So
If you
I'm
don't
going to
know,
hand it over to my subordinate here.
you don't know much about these young men. These seniors are actually the head referees for the intramural on-campus intramural basketball league, and sometimes I do have a little bit of a problem with their officiating skills. But that's why they play basketball. They play basketball. They're not meant to be officials. Tyler Guidry, we had a microphone in your hand. We want to thank you for taking time to come up here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And let's talk a little bit about your journey as Jaira Rodriguez hits a big three.
It's a good shot right
Yeah,
there.
that was a great shot. We need about 10, 12 more of those.
Keep giving it to her then.
Ooh,
I think she's got the hot hand.
and that was a very nice one-hand floater on the baseline.
Yeah, these Oklahoma
Well-
City bigs are pretty prolific down here.
Yeah, they are. Tell us a little bit about your journey. Where did you play your high school ball, Tyler?
Well, I started off high school at Westbury Christian High School in Houston, Texas. Played 3 years of varsity there, won 2 state championships, and then accepted my scholarship offer to SAGU.
Wow. So did Coach Donnie Boswick recruit you to come here?
The story actually is kind of different.
Well, we want to hear the
It
story.
was really late in the recruiting period, and Coach Jones calls me out of the blue.
Assistant Coach
Yes,
Garrett Jones.
Yes, Coach Jones calls me out of the blue, and I'm just kind of like, okay, SAGU, I've never heard of that, but, you know, I want to go play, so let's figure out where it is, and maybe I'll go on a visit. So he invites me up for a visit. I come, I work out, and immediately when I got here, I just was like, man, there's something special about this place, and what do you know, I committed a week later.
Well, that's a very cool story. That has, I think we've heard that story quite a few times from people that they come and visit and something special happens, and you just you kind of get in touch with the atmosphere and the people. The people are great here, and you know, especially when it comes from a spiritual side, you got a lot of great role models and influences. But even on the athletic side and the fan side, man, this is one of the hottest places to be as far as playing basketball and have a fanhood like the Jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this place
yeah.
has a great reputation of being. They bring down the house, man.
Yeah.
So-
The jungle's really been good to us for these last 4 years here.
They really have. And well, Tyler, you've been here all 4 years.
Yes.
And you have a couple rings. You guys just got a ring for being the conference champions last year, and then before that, not any less significant by any means, you're runner-ups nationally at the
Yes,
national
yes.
tournament. How did that feel? What you're a sophomore and you come fairly quickly into the program, and you get yourself a runner-up ring in the national tournament.
Well,
How was that experience?
Man, the experience was just awesome, to say the least about it. You get to travel to Kansas City. You play in a historic gym and municipal auditorium. You play against the best competition in the NAIA, and you basically are just battling against other really good college players for 5 or 6 days while you're up there. And to say that the competition is anything that you wouldn't expect is a shortcoming of it, because so many of the players have played on the Division I level and transferred down and come to play, and they just want to play now, and so they play so hard and they give their all on every possession, and that's really how it was every day. We're out there just battling against really good players and really good teams, and we ended up winning 4 out of the 5 games, and just kind of came up short at the end, kind of ran out of gas a little bit.
Well, we were a part of that as fans here, and we watched those games on TV. There was a big crowd from the the college here that went and supported you guys all the way up there, which had to be nice. But uh, you guys really, since Donnie Boswick's gotten here, just really turned around the program and done big things. And but the one thing that I really respect about Donnie, maybe you can, or Coach Boswick, I should say, is is um, he not only has an athletic understanding of and a high bar for excellence, but he also is kind of like the team pastor.
Oh yeah,
And
oh yeah.
man, he's always drilling down, man. You can't do great things without God on your side.
Yeah.
And speak to that a little bit. How has Coach Boswick spoken into your life outside of basketball?
Well, he's definitely, the team leader when it comes to the spiritual side of it. Coming into school, I was definitely a guy who grew up in the church, knew about God, felt like I had a relationship with God, but never experienced anything more than just on the surface. Through these 4 years here with Coach Boswick, pushing me and a bunch of the other guys on the team, we've experienced the real life feeling of knowing and understanding God's presence, knowing, when to seek Him, how to seek Him, and just being able to have Him on our side and blessing us and understanding the blessings that He does give us while we're playing and giving us the gift to be able to even play.
Wow, that's kind of like the icing on the cake, man. You come and you get in to an athletic program. You come to play basketball, but then your life begins to expand in so many different ways, and you guys really make what I see. You guys mature so fast, so quickly under his tutelage,
Yeah.
and you're not just great basketball players, which you guys are, but you're great young men walking out. And when you guys hit that rubber hits the road, you're going to do something just hugely meaningful with your life. And I gotta say that's because this program, this mission, this vision really instills that into the way we're building the program. It's just awesome that you guys commit yourselves to winning it big. And we want to thank you for your commitment, your striving for excellence, your every day getting out there practicing hard. And I come and watch you guys practice, and I'm just always amazed at um, how you guys leave it out on the floor. I know you and I, we're especially close, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we talk a lot of junk to each other. But man, you've been a fantastic role model here, and figure for the campus. Just a huge class act, and we want to thank you
Well, thank
and,
you.
and say we really appreciate what you've invested into the school.
Thank you. I really valued the opportunity to play. Haven't taken anything of it for granted for sure. And I just really think that it's been such a blessing that I've been working as hard as I can to do my best on all opportunities I have to play. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I've been given.
Well, you have done very well with that opportunity, Tyler, and we want to thank you. We're going to kick you off the mic now and bring Big Jonathan Walter,
That's my roommate, everybody. That's my roommate.
proud roommate, my little brother.
Definitely Houston produces better basketball players. So whenever Coach
Another.
Boswick is recruiting, I think he should make sure he's in Houston and leave this Dallas area
Well,
alone.
we'll see. We'll see how that actually turns out for you. Um, I we've had some good talent even before you from Houston. There's been some good talent here, so we're not going to fight you on that one. But our DFW talent seems to be kind of supreme, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
and now we got Jonathan Walter,
How you
to
doing?
be more accurate. And again, thank you for taking some time. I know it's sometimes you get all jacked up, you're
Yeah.
trying to get in the right frame of mind for a big game like this, and this is a really big game you guys are about to embark on. Um, Uh,
Love you too, man.
he
No,
wasn't
I
telling
appreciate
he
you guys
wasn't
giving me a
telling me
chance.
that he loved me. He was
No, I
telling
was
his
saving
other
that for
brothers.
after. For after.
Anyway, so give us a little bit of your story. And this is Senior Day, ladies and gentlemen. If you're turning on the on your TV now, understand that this is Senior Day, and we're trying to get to know our seniors from our basketball team and what their journey was like. And as you see, as we talk to them, you'll see career stats pop up, and you see his ever so um, handsome face there. But give us a little bit of insight on your journey. Where'd you play high school basketball?
I played high school ball at Garland High School, 3 years on varsity. I played for Randy Love, former NFL running back for the St. Louis
Oh,
Cardinals,
wow.
fullback running back.
And what was he like? Is he a very intense figure? We imagine, professional athletes, man. They're off the charts
Yeah, he is.
intense.
He was big on weights.
Oh,
Getting
really?
a weight room. Yeah, that's what he was really big
Well, you're a
on.
pretty buff guy. I mean, you came in here. We noticed that you were really strong, but you were abnormally big. I mean, you didn't look like a football player.
No, I've always been kind of strong, just I guess like not big, but muscle strong,
But
strength
strong,
wise.
yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah.
strong.
Well, it definitely shows in your game. So you played 3 years at Garland, and then did Coach Boswick recruit you from there, or did you find out about the school some other way?
At first, I called Coach Bosser because somebody from my school went to Oklahoma Wesleyan,
Okay.
and they
And
ended
he
up
was the
getting a workout.
coach before he came here. A little backstory for
Right.
everyone that doesn't know. Coach Boswick coached 3 or 4 years there at Oklahoma Wesleyan as the head coach and took them to 2 national titles, I believe, or at
Well,
least
one he
one,
won one for
and
sure.
then maybe runners up in one,
Right.
but really started his head coaching career out there. And then few years later here, came down here, but I think it was it his first year
Yeah,
here? Was your
my
first
first
year?
year was his first year.
Okay. And
Exactly.
so how did you get in touch with him?
Um,
Through a friend?
through a friend.
Okay.
Um,
And so the conversation started there, and come
yeah,
try out
he
for us.
brought me down to Oklahoma Wesleyan for a tryout. I liked it. Right after my tryout, I told my mom, I said, "That's the guy I want to play for. I want to play for him."
Oh wow.
Then something weird happened, and he wasn't returning the calls. He was interested in me. That's what he told me. He wasn't returning the calls, and I was like, "Man, what am I going to do now?"
Yeah.
And about I guess a week or two or three, maybe 3 weeks before summer ended, I got a phone call from him. He said he ended up taking a job here at SAGU and he wanted me to come. He was looking for my number and he couldn't get his computer or something from Oklahoma Wesleyan. So it was a problem trying to
Yeah.
get his contacts. And so I came down and this worked out for my mom and my family.
Yeah.
They
Being
didn't want me to
close.
go very far
Yeah.
and I was
Sure.
trying to get
Well,
away.
that's understandable. And I think things have really worked out well for you
Oh yeah.
because you've gotten to be a big integral part of the Donnie Bostwick system here
Yes.
that he's laid, and you've been here really from day one with him.
I have.
So the success has. His success has been your success. Your success has been his success here, and I think he looks back. He and I have always talked about you, on the side. What a huge part you have been to building the athletic program in a rebuilding kind of phase. And you guys really turned around a ship that seemed to be sinking kind of fast. And within a couple years got to, again,
The
we talked
national
about the
championship.
national championship
Yep.
game. So that had to be a great experience for you being a young player.
Oh yeah, that was my first time ever experiencing any kind of winning like that. High school we weren't below 500, but
Right.
first round of playoffs we lose,
Yeah.
didn't win district.
Yeah.
It's just kind of rough.
And,
But
and
getting here is
And so last year you guys got to the tournament, but you didn't get as far. What do you feel like this is your last year?
right.
And what do you feel like inside? Give us a little insight to what Jonathan Walter thinks about going back. Are you guys going to go back to the NAIA tournament this year?
Yes.
Is there anything going to stop you guys?
No,
I think if
I
you
don't want to
lose
let anything
tonight,
stop us.
that's right.
Today's
So
a big game.
you got to win tonight. It starts tonight, and I believe you guys are going to go back. But do you think that there's a fire and a hunger on the team that's going to be able to get you guys into a final level there in Kansas City this year?
I do. I think it starts with us seniors, and the people who were here last year and experienced, getting to Kansas City and losing in the first round. It's not fun.
Right.
We're kind of the catalyst for that as far as emotion goes. To try to get everybody to fight, to not lose, to have the same drive that we have to get to Kansas City because they haven't experienced that yet. They don't know what it feels like.
Yeah, sure. Well, your leadership has meant all the world this year in maybe rebounding a season that looked like it was going south. You put the team on your shoulders and showed them the leadership that they needed to see to be able to turn this thing around. And you guys have done a really great job. I'm not going to just I don't want to rush you off, but we got a couple more of our seniors that we
Okay.
want to get look at. But John, man, you have been a very, very class act, and I'm a fan. I'm a John Walter fan, and
Thank you.
you could give me autographs later. But we want to thank you
Thank you.
from the bottom of our heart that what kind of guy you've been to the campus, and a quiet guy, a humble guy, I think is what most people would say. Even out there on the court, man, you're not flashy. You don't try to draw attention to yourself, but you do the work that just really makes a difference. And that excellence is paying off, and we thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, that's Jonathan
And I love
Walter. Yeah, I know, I love you too, man. And next up, we got Clayton O'Neill. Clayton, come on in.
How's it going?
This has been a lot of fun for us, getting the seniors up here, and kind of getting a little bit of the roadmap of your story, how you got here, what's going on in your life, and maybe you could give us a Coach Boswick story. But Clayton O'Neill, where you from?
From Hallettsville, Texas.
Where'd you play your high school ball?
I play down in Hallettsville. It's a little country town about 4 hours south of here. Got about 2,000 people, so probably haven't heard of that one before. But
Well, that's all right. And how'd you get to SAGU?
I heard of Coach Boswick through my high school coach. They had been friends. They knew each other from past experiences together, and he introduced me to Coach Boswick and to Coach Jones as well. Up when they were back at Oklahoma Wesleyan, and I actually had planned on going to Oklahoma Wesleyan and playing there, but Coach Boswick told me that he may be accepting another job offer and to wait off on accepting a scholarship because he asked if I would follow him here if he did, and I had never even heard of SAGU before, honestly, and I sure wasn't upset to be finding out I'd be about 4 hours closer to home.
Yeah, wow.
End up in Baldwinsville, Oklahoma.
Sure.
So, and yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Well, that's fantastic. Give us one of your favorite Coach Bostwick moments. Can you bring one off the top of your head? Give us a little Donnie Bostwick story.
A little Donnie Bostwick story. I don't know about stories, but recently.
What's he been like to play for?
He's honestly been great to play for, and not a story, but he's been lately in practice. I think he's trying to get us really fired up and get the guys going, and he's been practicing with us and actually going against some of the starting squad.
I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed him limping around campus. He came up on Chapel today, his hips looked a little weak. I think he's a little sore from all that. He's not used to it, but
well, he is serious about getting you guys on the right track to do some damage in the postseason, and he will do whatever it takes.
That's one thing about Coach Bostwick. He understands. He's been there before with Oklahoma Wesleyan and John Brown, and he knows what it takes to win. He knows the little details, and that's one thing he's stressed since even my first day at SAGU.
Yeah.
Just little details. Some of the drills we do, they seem small. They seem, what is that really going to help? But
right.
He knows. He understands what it takes to win. He knows things that cause good teams to lose in the tournament, and I think he's really – just by stressing, small things like that really are going to make us prepare to make a run in the tournament.
Well, Clayton, I know that you haven't logged a ton of minutes on the floor with this team, but you've been very, very important. You're one of the most positive people on the team. You're always down there cheering the guys on. You're the first one to help somebody up. And you've got a really great three-point stroke. We've seen that. We credit you often, many times, you've given the school wings.
The wings.
You've been like
the wingman.
you have been the wingman for SAGU, and we really appreciate that. But you two have been a class act, and just a humble guy that's walked around the campus, held your head high, but not looked down your nose at anybody. And so many people like you. You've been a great influence on and a role model for some of the younger guys that have come up through the basketball program. And we just want to thank you for your time, and thank you for taking the time out to come up and be with us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
You're
you guys
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
Great support
All right,
system
bro.
for us. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. And that's Clayton O'Neill.
What a great group of seniors that we have this year.
Man, they're just classy guys. I keep saying that, I know, but I've had it's been a privilege for me as a former basketball player, and I know what these guys go through. I know a lot of the psychological things that you go through as a college athlete, and what you have to do. You walk the campus. A lot of times you got a spotlight on you, and especially when your sport is in season. And these guys have done a good job. Keep doing it right and listening to Coach Boswick and doing the things that he has said. And I tell you what, Coach Boswick is not only a great basketball coach, but he is a pastor to these guys. I mean, he really is concerned with their spiritual well-being, their physical well-being. He gets involved in their life and will not let them settle for less than best.
I've had all 4 of those students in class, and they are good students, good people. I've enjoyed watching them on the court because I've enjoyed having them in the classroom and the respect they show, and they're just good people overall.
Well, that's some good insight based on the daily activity. You know, that's something that I don't get to see from a day-to-day perspective. And that's one thing as a coach I often worry about is, I bring in a guy with talent, but what's he going to be like in the classroom? Is he going to be a disturbance to the culture? And this SAGU culture is one that breeds spiritual excellence, and it's not an easy program to just come in here, and you don't walk in on the SAGU campus and just go to school, man. There's a lot of expectations that are held highly, and the core value system to hold highly and in regard. And the fact that these guys play a very competitive sport and keep their heads and wits about them just goes to show you that they have a great coach and a great vision, great mission behind them.
I always ask recruits when they come in, because oftentimes I'll sit down and talk with them, and my first question is, do you love Jesus more than you do your mother? And of course I don't mean that exactly the way it sounds, but if that's not their commitment, they're probably not going to make it long term here at Southwestern. But if they have a love of Christ, they have a desire to serve Him and work there, both inside the classroom and academic and athletically, they'll make it.
Yeah, they do, and these guys, they all do. Coach Boswick really, he keeps them in chapel. He keeps them doing the right thing, doing community service projects, and keeps their head screwed on. And that's one way to really keep your team humble and still yet win. And that's hard to do, is keep your head screwed on right when you're a really good team and you got a lot of wins. It's easy to get arrogant and prideful, and we all know that that's not a good thing to happen. But that I've never seen that happen in 4 years.
And we're talking about Donnie, but Coach Beatles is doing the same thing with the girls.
Oh, well, Coach Beatles is the godfather perspective. He's the granddaddy of that philosophy and that understanding.
You have to be a certain kind of coach to coach in an environment like this, and you have to be a certain kind of student. And to make it work, you've got to do both. And I admire athletes because oftentimes we don't realize, think about 2 hour, 3 hour practices, bus rides, you know, playing, exhaustion, and, even in off seasons, they're pumping
Right.
iron at 6 o'clock in the morning. Our football team is now. And, when you look at that, sometimes we don't realize the pressure they're under, but they still have to be students as well as athletes.
That's
And as
right. They have to uphold the other standard, which is the chief standard is the academic excellence. And I think for the most part, we have a great attrition rate and graduation rate going here,
we really
and
do.
and that just goes to show you, man, that the vision here and the mission of SAGU is not shallow. It's a very deep mission. It's something that causes a person to be better and do bigger and better things. We haven't forgotten that there's a ladies basketball game going on, but we did feel like being that it's senior day, we wanted to get to know some of our senior men's team, and uh, this game was not highly competitive, although it was a game. Um,
Final score is going to look a lot like the last one.
yeah,
It's going to be about, I think you said 92-43 before. We're going to be real close to that again. But it's obvious that the Oklahoma City girls are positioned to make a long run in the tournament and perhaps very likely in a position to repeat as national champions if they keep playing with the dedication and focus that we saw tonight.
they will. Hats off to the Oklahoma City Stars, the women's basketball Stars. Fantastic game played by them. They're a classic group of people, um, and they're gathering at the center court for the traditional in-game prayer. And we're going to go to a brief commercial, and we'll be back shortly with some of our senior night festivities. See you in a bit.